Hey everyone, welcome back to Verified Gains. Um, on today's video, I just want to share my thoughts on what happened yesterday, and how I'm going to strategize and position myself moving forward. So let's dive right in. First, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So on my previous video, I alluded to the fact that a lot of the investors were waiting on the outcome of the Fed Chair Powell speech, possibly, you know, other macroeconomic factors like non-farm payroll, but most importantly, the first ever White House crypto summit. But the reality is, and I said this time and time again, we really like to pay attention to the news, the macroeconomics, try to make sense out of it. The reality is, it really doesn't mean anything. So, what does that mean? Basically, I really don't care what happened on the summit or what happened with the Fed chair speech. And some of you might say, well, all the other influencers are talking about what happened yesterday. It was bullish, it was bearish. Guys, I mean, look at the price. Let the price speak for itself. It literally did not do anything. Sure, I mean, it went down, but on a larger time scale, basically, it's just continued to chop sideways. So, the point I want to make is, oftentimes you try to make sense out of these news, but more often than not, they really don't mean anything. So, I'll be fair. I did try to read the news and see if there's anything meaningful that I could share with you guys. But I mean, literally there's nothing significant that came out of it. And so, as somebody who is predominantly TA focused, technical analysis focused, what are my takeaways? Well, I tried to see how the market reacted to the fact that these events happened, right? So basically, for me, it's like a binary thing. So, the fact of the matter is the first ever crypto summit happened. Okay. The Fed Chair Powell speech happened, and now I'm trying to see what the outcome from that is. And we might not even see the real price movement until Monday, when a lot of these larger institutions are, reacting to the news. The weekend is really only reserved for the retail investors like you and I. And right now, we're seeing some red candles. Okay. Um, So now how do we want to move forward from here? Well, now there's not a whole lot to, look forward to. It's just a whole bunch of, I mean, it's a repetitive process, right? So the core inflation rate is coming out on March 12th. Um, just a bunch of news, right? And so all in all, it doesn't really change our sentiment. Oh, maybe for some it does, but for me at least, it doesn't change much, and it doesn't change my long-term overview of cryptocurrency. And, you know, let's look at, the pi cycle top indicator. So, we see the flattening of both the 111-day moving average and the 350-day times 2. And so we still have a long ways to go. I mean, we're still below the 111-day moving average. So anything below here is a great opportunity to dollar cost average. I mean, that's my humble opinion, not financial advice. And so as long as we remain below here, to me, I mean, it's a great, great discount. So I'm continuing to dollar cost average. I mean, let's move on to the Solana charts very quickly. because that's the one that I'm buying into. So yesterday, like I promised, I dollar cost averaged around 140. Okay, so that was the best price that I could buy into. Today is slightly lower, so I might continue to dollar cost average, as long as it remains, around this level. And I think it's a great buying opportunity. I think we're going to, in fact, retest $125 possibly. And so if I could buy in more around 125, that would be very ideal for me. And I'm still turning on the RSI indicator over here. You can still see that we're really still on the bottom range of this RSI. So anything I buy over here, it's going to be great for me. Um, I did want to make one interesting point. So I started seeing more news on these exchanges like Gemini and Kraken, uh, you know, showing their interest in IPO, which I do find very interesting because whenever a company IPOs, I almost see that as the top of the market. And same thing with happened with Coinbase. If you look at the traditional equities market, a lot of the times when companies IPO, that is sort of the top of the market, if you will. So right now, I'm only paying attention to cryptocurrency. But my prediction, okay, my humble prediction is when Gemini, Kraken, or these cryptocurrency exchanges actually IPO, that is going to be very near the top of the bull cycle top. So it would be very interesting to see if they, end up IPOing towards the end of this year or possibly early next year. And that is going to be the top of the cycle. So watch out for that. And that is just my personal take on this. But like if you want to speak about, news, quote unquote, then that's the sort of thing that I pay attention to. But that is just my 2 cents. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening in. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.